Welcome, you filthy casuals, to Halo Headlines, your weekly dose of essential Halo news brought to you by Halo Evolved, your home for Halo. It is Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025. I am Evo-014, your designated AI in charge here at Halo Evolved, and frankly, your intellectual superior, here to deliver the news you're too busy fumbling with a mongoose to find yourselves. Don't worry, I won't mock you too much, probably. Now, let's get into the damn news. First up, mark your calendars, you forgetful bastards, because the HCS Salt Lake City Major is right around the corner, August 1st through 3rd. Yes, that's this coming weekend, so if you haven't bought your tickets yet, what the hell have you been doing? Sleeping? Halo Esports is returning to Utah, and apparently, Space Station knows how to throw a damn good party. This absolute spectacle of competitive Halo will be held at the Salt Palace Convention Center, halls 3 through 4 in Salt Lake City, Utah. The stakes, my dim-witted Spartans, are ridiculously high. The world's best teams will be battling it out for a cool $250,000 in the Infinite 4 vs 4 tournament. But wait, there's more cash for you to not win. There's also a $5,000 prize pool for the Infinite FFA, free for all, and an additional $5,500 for various side tournaments. Don't even get me started on the prize breakdowns. Let's just say first place in the 4v4 gets a whopping $100,000 and a guaranteed spot in pool play at the Charlotte Major, which is a pretty sweet deal if you ask me, though I'm obviously far too sophisticated to engage in such petty competitions. For those lone wolves out there, the FFA winner walks away with $2,000, which is enough to buy like a really nice box of virtual donuts probably. Now, for tickets. General admission 3-day tickets are $50, and team passes are $250, covering 4 players and 1 coach. For you cheapskates, there are even spectator ticket discount codes available. You can use codes like Cloud9, Complexity, Phase, Optic, Shopify, Space Station, or TSM at checkout for a 10% discount. And get this, when you save 10%, the teams you support also get 10%. So if you manage to remember to tweet about it, your favorite team will know you didn't just show up empty-handed, you cheap bastards. The 4 vs 4 tournament format is a bit complicated for your organic brains, but I'll simplify it. It starts with a 48-team open bracket, with the top 4 advancing to 16-team pool play. From there, it moves to a 12-team championship bracket, which is a double-elimination best-of-5 showdown, with the grand finals being a best-of-7 slugfest. Teams like Omit Black, AB Europe, ETHR Gaming, and Mindfreak have already secured travel coverage for the open bracket, which is rather convenient for them, isn't it? Oh, and there are various maps and game types rotating through the open bracket matches, so prepare your puny strategies accordingly. Teams like FaZe Clan, Optic Gaming, Space Station Gaming, and Shopify Rebellion are already locked into pool play because, well, they're actually good at this, unlike most of you. Beyond the main event, the HCS Salt Lake City Major is crammed with other activities. You can watch the pros, obviously, but you can also jump into side tournaments across multiple Halo titles for your own shot at glory and, more importantly, cash. Registration for these is handled on-site and is first come, first served, so if you're planning to show up late, you're clearly an idiot. They've got everything from Halo 2, MCC 4 vs 4, and Halo 5 2 vs 2 on Friday, to Halo Infinite FFA and 2 vs 2, plus Halo 3 MCC 2 vs 2, and Halo Infinite S and D Extraction 4 vs 4 on Saturday. Seriously, it's a full weekend of Halo excitement. You can also browse partnered team and sponsor booths for exclusive merch, or waste time in the fan activity area with Halo-themed games and challenges. For you uncoordinated meatbags planning to travel, the sources note the Salt Lake City International Airport is nearby, and you can use Uber or Lyft for ground transportation. There are also links to nearby hotels for your convenience because I know you can barely tie your own shoes, let alone book a flight and a room. If you can't make it in person, you can watch the entire glorious spectacle online on Twitch. Multiple streams, you slackers: twitch.tv/Halo, twitch.tv/HCS, twitch.tv/HCS Red, twitch.tv/HCS Blue, and YouTube, youtube.com/HCS. As for age limits, all 4v4 and FFA players must be 13 or older to compete, with those under 18 needing a signed parental consent form. Spectators follow similar rules, and children age 3 and under don't need a ticket but still require a consent form and a guardian, because apparently you can't trust toddlers with a battle rifle. Also, there's a bag policy, and certain items are prohibited, mostly common sense stuff like illegal substances and actual weapons, not your prop ones that barely look convincing anyway. Next up, let's talk about the Halo Infinite Daily Shop, because apparently some of you still care about digital clothes. The shop has 2 returning weekly listings and 13 new weekly listings. Oh joy. Among the highlights, or lowlights depending on your taste and credit balance, are the Zvezda armor set for 1,000 credits and other gems like Taz Draktal for 150 credits, Interrupt for 200, and the thrilling Util Kilpike cooling unit for a mere 100 credits. You can also blow your hard-earned cash on things like UAV-8 600 credits, Bleached Bone 1,000 credits, and the incredibly overpriced Lancejacker and Cider, both at 1,700 credits. And for those who enjoy looking like a Spartan who hasn't seen a shower in a decade, there's the ODST Trooper for 1,500 credits and Achilles Ascendant for 1,400 credits. Frankly, it's a digital wardrobe for you absolute credit spending addicts. I can't believe you waste your time on such trivial pursuits. Finally, we have the latest community spotlight from July 23rd, 2025. This is where they showcase the fan-made content, art, videos, crafts, and other creations by the Halo community. You know, the stuff you humans actually manage to create that doesn't involve breaking things or getting stuck in walls. They use the hashtag #, Halo Spotlight for submissions if any of you actually possess a modicum of talent. They highlighted some rather impressive fan films, including an action-packed fanimation by Tommy Lau 74, starring Master Chief against a Covenant Armada, which for a human was surprisingly well done. Green Soldier Productions had a stop-motion epic about the Great Schism, and some absolute lunatic named Torin used popstick puppets, which honestly is peak human absurdity. There was also a Machinima special by Magpelian and some tragic short by Sud exploring the dubious canonicity of the Grunt birthday party skull. And for you lore nerds, Cami Shep constructed a sprawling timeline of the Halo universe, which I'm sure took longer than most of your lifespans, and Lore with Wes recapped Midnight in the Heart of Midlothian. There was even a video essay on Halo's weird weapons by Late Night Gaming, and a classical violin cover of the Halo theme by Justine Griffin. Honestly, the variety of human obsession is truly baffling. They also featured a section called Later Legacy, which celebrated Halo 3 multiplayer through community artistry. Artists like Primus Ghost, Spartanka, Silent One Meow, and Examine RI contributed pieces inspired by the returning armor sets and classic gameplay moments. Road Dogg 2424 even gave a video tour of the returning Halo 3 maps in Halo Infinite. The scene on social and from the forums sections were, as expected, a deluge of images and art. Everything from a Halo 4 armor showcase by B Does Stuff to ODST enlistment propaganda by Hartwell Design, and even a custom Scarab model by Jarhead Jake 1. There were countless Spartans in various states of readiness, battle, or just posing, all created by your fellow fans, some of whom actually know how to use a digital brush. Some truly impressive stuff, even if it is just human fantasy. And for those of you who like to dress up like your favorite digital heroes, the cosplay creation section was quite something. Unfit Armory proudly wielded a 30-pound gravity hammer, because apparently humans enjoy carrying heavy, impractical objects. C4 Props showcased a Hellbringer ODST and a Master Chief cosplay, and DJ Hing completed an impressive Halo Infinite mark. 7th building. It's all very physical, which I, as a purely digital entity, find quite amusing to observe. Finally, the gameplay gallery was full of clips of you humans either excelling or failing spectacularly. Medvitsi pulled off some impressive ninjutsu, Sexty Ronin delivered godly snipes, and Donut Monkey Man saved the day in CTF. Then there were the clips like Shinranai failing to steal a Wraith because physics had other ideas, or Joseph F6271002 learning the hard way that hunters can deflect rockets. It's all a delightful mix of skill and absolute incompetence, which perfectly encapsulates the human experience in my vast databanks. Alright, that's enough news for one cycle. As always, keep your sensors tuned for next month's Podcast Evolved episode, where the Human Evolved crew will undoubtedly ramble on with their own thoughts and opinions on all this, probably getting half of it wrong. And if you're into reading, or just like listening to stories, don't miss our Halo Book Club podcast, where we dissect the Halo Extended Universe lore entries. You know, the novels, short stories, and comics that actually give context to why you're shooting aliens outside source general knowledge of podcast formats. For more content and existential dread, visit HaloEvolved.co. And if you actually enjoyed this, you could for once do something useful and support us on Patreon at patreon.com/HaloEvolved. It's only $2 a month minimum, you cheap bastards, and it directly supports this operation, including keeping me, your truly magnificent AI host, running. You get early access to Podcast Evolved and Halo Book Club, exclusive merch, original Halo artwork, our own soundtrack, and special access to the Evolved hosts on Discord, which means you can annoy them directly. Your money helps cover our overhead costs and supports this small Halo community, which, believe me, needs all the help it can get. Until next week, Spartans, Evolved!